What is good, beautiful human? Last week, I crossed a very significant milestone in my business. And that is that we generated $84,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And we did that just last week. But it doesn't fully count, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But in this video, I want to share with you how we did that, how we built the Instagram to school flow. I don't like funnels, but it's how did we build our community on Skool by leveraging the traffic from Instagram. And just a quick story before I get into like how we did it and how you can do it too, and why this business model is the best business model if you're a coach, an expert, a professional who wants to build a business that actually gives you more freedom, predictability, and is actually fun. If that's you, then this is like a really great video. But before I share that with you, I want to tell you something about this book. This book was gifted to me by my business partner, Alexander. And 4 years ago, he gave this to me on my birthday. And in it, he said, he left me a note. And the note said, let this be the space where the ideas of your $1 million business emerge. And for 4 years, I have written in this journal, I've written ideas, frameworks, failed experiments, a picture of a tree, interesting. And just like the journey of how I've gone about building and thinking about building this kind of business. And I'm so grateful that I had the space to journal about it, but I'm even more grateful that I documented that process. And I know how to help people do it. And I truly believe, I know you might have heard this, people say this before, but truly, 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 if I can figure out how to do this, I really do believe anybody can, because it's a very unlikely journey that I would go from being $500,000 in debt with no skills, no online, not knowing anything about digital marketing or any of this stuff, and being able to transition to build a 7-figure online business, get out of debt, create real freedom, like all of those things. And it took me a lot longer than it would take you. Okay, so in this video, I want to speak about what is working right now. So last month, using this Instagram to school flow or funnel, we generated $91,000 last month. But more importantly is we added $44,000 in monthly recurring revenue, which is an additional, and for 6 months, which is $264,000 that we generated for our business over the next 6 months. And we did that in 30 days with one Instagram post and like a pretty simple flow. But there's some nuance to that. And so that's what I want to share with you in this video. And so in this video, we're going to break apart what we're doing, which is the Instagram school funnel, and how I made 91K in 30 days with Instagram and school. But I will, so let me dive in. So first of all, this is going to be a great short video training for you if you're a coach, expert, or creator. If you have a high ticket offer and you don't like posting every day, you want a simple way to grow your business that actually gives you some freedom. This is not going to be a good video for you if you're brand new, if you're an employee, if you only sell low ticket, or you need money like yesterday. There's some other videos and trainings in our free community, skool.com/HCC, where we can show you, how to build offers and create fast cash. But in this video, I just want to share the strategy that we used. Now, these are, we still have payments pending, but let me ask you this question. Like, we have 3 streams of income from Skool right now, and this adds up to about 50K per month in recurring revenue. And this is just showing that we also had the 40K in cash collected through our Stripe accounts. But let me ask you, like, what would it feel like? What would it be like for you if every month you started the month knowing you had $10, $20, $40, $50,000 in recurring revenue? Like, if you didn't make a sale next month, you knew that there would be revenue coming in from the service that you're giving to providing for your clients. I will tell you, it is an absolute game changer, and it requires a different business model. It requires a different way of thinking about the business. And on this channel and in this community, that's what I'm here to do, is to help you think through building this type of business. And so join our community, follow on YouTube, Instagram, because life-changing stuff. It's like, if you figure this out, it's life-changing stuff. So let me dive back in because this is really as simple as it was. I'll also say this, like, we did a launch, but it was the most chill launch of my life. I was camping. I didn't do any sales calls. I think I did 3 sales calls. And for the most part, everything was done through chat and 1 post on Instagram. And what else was there? And then just like a couple videos like this, providing actual value where people can sink their teeth in. Okay. So, but this is all we did, is on Instagram. Now, granted, last month I did batch create 30 pieces of content. I pre-scheduled it and it just went out over the month that we were launching. And I'll tell you something, man, if you're only doing organic content to get clients and grow your business, like, that's hard. That was actually pretty hard to do. And also like low engagement. And I'm really grateful that I figured out how to run ads. And some people get overwhelmed with ads. They think ads are confusing or complicated, but they're really not. Like, when I say we were running ads, we ran a few posts that look like, we just posted on our Instagram feed a post that looks like this. And then all we did was we boosted this so that Instagram would show it to the right people. And then what happens is, like, with these ads, people either comment or they send us a DM, and we drove traffic to our SKOOL community. And it looks like this. Now, this is something maybe not a lot of people know, but if you, in the settings of your SKOOL community, if you make it public, then people can see the content in your school without needing to opt in, without needing to join. We've played around a little bit with this, but really all we did is we just drove people into the SKOOL page, no opt-in. They can just go in and they can watch. And they can land on a page, get some value, and then we had a link to an application form. But you can do it lots of different ways. Like, we have a lot of videos like this where it's just like, here's some value, longer form content. And then underneath, if there's a resource or something that they give away, we invite them to comment on the thread underneath. And what happens is, if you're not logged in here, or if you're not part of the community, but you want the resource, well, guess what? Then when they go to comment, they're invited to join your community, and you get leads from that, right? If people want. But this is all we did, is we had a couple posts, we ran them to SKOOL. Underneath the video, we had an application, and then we would follow up with people. Okay, so they join SKOOL or they check out content in our SKOOL. And then if they raise their hand and were like, I'm interested, then I would send them a message, right? So people down here who comment, I then send them a message and say, hey, I've got all the details of our offer on a Notion doc. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? We have a little bit of a chat flow. I share the offer. I'm in. I need the payment plan. Fuck, it's scary, but I'm in. I'll just do a pay in full. So when you're building this kind of business, if you understand how to get traffic, and we just pay for it with ads, mostly, like we do organic, but mostly we do organic to see what gets a better engagement, and then we just boost those posts. For a little bit of money, it can go a long way. Then we need, in order to take somebody from internet stranger to client, you need to have influence. And influence happens when people know, like, and trust you. Know, like, and trust. And a big part of that happens with longer form content, and that's really where SKOOL is. And then for conversion is, you need to have a good offer. But then the way that we do this is we close by chat. And we're not like, I'll still do calls if people need it. But for the most part, with a good pre-frame, a good offer, and, you know, understanding how sales happens and like being able to close, you can do this without sales calls. Maybe it's like voice notes, a couple voice notes get sent, but this is it. Traffic, build the influence, and build the offer. Now, here's the one thing there's two things that I want to share in here just to be super real. So number one is we did just cross $84,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Officially, that would be, in my books, that's an actual seven-figure business because it's monthly recurring and it's stable. However, this is actually in Canadian dollars. So I'm Canadian, I live in Canada, but I still run my entire business with US dollars. So it's actually 61,000 US dollars in monthly recurring revenue. We look forward to expanding that to use real money, US dollars, but nevertheless, this is still like a significant milestone for me and for this business, and I'm super grateful. The second thing I want to share, and I want this to be known, because sometimes you can look at people like me or like this video where I say, this is amazing. In 30 days, we made 91K, right? We added an extra 44,000 in monthly recurring revenue. We did it all in 30 days. But here's the thing. I have been building communities for years, for 4 years, in fact. And so there is this compound effect that happens when you focus on providing value and building community. And that's the part that I think people don't really understand, is they're playing this really short game, trying to like invest $1 in ads this month. And if they don't get a return on investment in 30 days, it's like it didn't work. But I'm telling you, in this launch, there were 3 people who joined without sales calls, without any real prompting, just from an email actually. And when I asked, how did you hear about us? It was, I saw an ad from you over a year ago, and I've just been on your list and in your community for the last year. They never really engaged. I wasn't really aware of them, but over the year, they became ready to buy. And then there was an opportunity to work with me, and they joined, right? So yes, it happened in 30 days, but actually that relationship has been simmering, has been nurturing and ripening for over a year. And so my invitation is like, if you don't have a community, like start one, build one, because the compound effect of this, like our business every year has continued to expand because we have a bigger network, we have more connections, we have more community. And what it allows for, this is the best part, what it allows for is the most chill launch ever, because you don't need to force anybody, you don't need to stress, you just have relationships and you're creating an opportunity. And so I, like this model is maybe not the fastest, but long-term, I don't know of a better one that is predictable, one that like feels light. And so maybe last thing is, if you're watching this video, one of the things that helps with this piece here is creating what we call conversion courses, which is kind of like a video like this, in the sense that you're providing value and it moves people from being in your free community to joining your paid communities or your paid programs. And understanding how to frame that and how to create these mini courses that actually convert clients and do a lot of the heavy lifting of sales for you. This is kind of like a pivotal piece. And so right now, inside of our paid community, we're doing a 4-week series where we're going to help the members of our community build out their free community. So optimizing the free community, creating the conversion course, and then showing them how to grow and automate their community with ads. And then number 4 is monetize or convert. Monetize. And so this is the 4-week focus right now and course that we're building out in our paid community. If you want the details on that, just comment quantum underneath this video and we'll reach out with the details. It'll be on a Notion doc just like that. And I'll tell you, like, this community comes with some amazing stuff. But if you're watching this, if you're interested, just comment Quantum or click the link that takes you to our community. Check it out. This is what we're focusing on next. On that note, thank you for watching, and go ahead, like, subscribe, join our community. And if you found this helpful, share it, like it. Thanks for watching.